Good morning, students. Today, in this retail operations and store management paper, we are going to start with this unit 3, that is layout and merchandising management with respect to balance scorecard, which we studied in unit 2 also. I would just revise it off that balance scorecard is the technique to study the organization's performance on the basis of product procurement, financial dimensions, HR policies in a retail store. Okay, now in this chapter, layout and merchandise management, we are going to have the objective of store layout design, hmm, selecting a layout, division of merchandise by department, locating department within the store, merchandise management and principles of merchandise management. Objectives of a store layout design. A retail store layout, whether physical or digital, is the strategic use of space to influence the customer experience. How customers interact with your merchandise affects their purchase behavior. This retail principle is one of the many from Paco Underhill, author of Why We Buy, The Science of Shopping, keynote speaker and founder of EnviroSet. Interior retail store layout has two important components: store design, customer flow. Store design, the use of strategic floor plans and space management, including furniture, displays, fixtures, lighting, and signage. Website designers and user experience researchers use space management techniques and web design principles to optimize e-commerce websites. We will further discuss a variety of popular retail floor plans later in this article. Second important component of retail store layout is customer flow. This is the pattern of behavior and way that a customer navigates through a store. Understanding customer flow and the common patterns that emerge when customers interact with merchandise based on the store layout is critical to retail management strategy. Physical retailers are able to track this using analytics software and data from in-store video and the Wi-Fi signal from smartphones. For example, solution providers like Retail Next provide shopper analytics software for retailers to understand flow and optimize the customer experience based on in-store video recordings. The technology also exists to track the digital customer flow and online shopping behavior. Using cookies and the software, online retailers can track customer behavior, including how customers interact with their website. While the exterior retail store layout includes exterior store design and customer flow, it also includes the following factor: geographic location of the retail store, size of the building, and length of the walkway accessible from the entrance and exit, use of furniture and exterior space for people to gather and interact, style of architecture of the retail building, color of paint and choice of exterior building materials, design of the physical entrance and exterior window displays. The objective of the retail store design is to positively impact customer experience and create value, which is the primary goal of retailers in the supply chain. So, in this unit of store layout design, we have come across the interior retail store layout, store design and customer flow, as well as exterior retail store layout with the geographic locations and building size, design of physical entrance, work front first appearance of the customers and attractiveness. In the next slide, we are going to plan the step-by-step guide to store layouts that maximize your space. It is essential to understand your customer flow and the general patterns of navigation in your specific retail environment before you can optimize customer experience and plan a strategic store layout. Retailers, consultants, store planners, interior designers, and architects all use a variety of retail store floor plans and concepts to influence customer flow and behavior. I'm just putting it in these points here in the point-wise section. You can see here. Then next point, retail giants along with the small independent retailers can improve customer experience and in turn long-term profitability with efficient store layouts. In-store design and visual merchandising, creating store space that encourages buying, author Cause Epster offers valuable insight into maximizing your retail space. Step 1, target the first floor. You can see here, because all the retail stores may be like lifestyle and pantaloons and this Uniqlo. These all are level-wise stores. So we should plan the store design as per the floor-wise. First step is target the first floor. First step to maximize your profitable retail space might be the most unavoidable. However, the principle and knowledge behind the customer behavior is crucial for understanding your overall design strategy. Epster's research indicates that customers prefer to navigate the floor of a retail store they initially enter. Walking up and down stores or using elevators and escalators to navigate a store hurts customer flow. When possible, planning for a single floor store design will optimize the customer experience. Exceptions exist, such as downtown locations where real estate is at a premium or large department stores with multiple categories of merchandise. So floor-wise designing is very much important in the store design layout. Step 2, identify the customer flow. Epster presents some general rules for customer traffic. Customer flow patterns vary depending on the type of retailer, the size of the store, and the target customer. Epster encourages retailers to use their observations to discover the problems and opportunities unique to their environment. Next step in maximizing your space for profitability is identifying your customer flow. The most effective method for understanding your existing customer flow and identifying areas of opportunity is video recording and heat mapping analysis. This service is available via solution providers such as Prism. You can also do quick online search for heat mapping consultant service in your area. However, setting aside different times of the day to make in-store observations in person and recording your notes is a step in the right direction for identifying customer flow patterns. Step 3 is avoid the transition zone. After you identify how your customers navigate your entire retail space, turn your attention back to the entrance. The transition zone area, coined the decompression zone by Underhill, refers to the space just beyond the entrance to a retail store. The average customer needs this space to transition so they can familiarize with the new environment. Underhill is adamant that nothing of value to the retailer, not high margin merchandise, prominent signage, or brand information, goes inside this zoo. Customers need time, however brief, to adjust to new lighting smells, the music, and the visual stimulation in the store. Step 4 is design for clock down navigation. The next step moves beyond the transition zone and shifts the focus on how to leverage a customer's tendency to navigate the retail environment. The area just outside of the transition zone is where most retailers make a first impression. Customers consistently turn right after entering the store and continuing to navigate the store in a counterclockwise direction. Webster points out that this customer behavior repeats itself time and again in consumer research. Although researchers and design professionals have different explanations for the reaction, in general, many recommend displaying high margin merchandise and valuable information just to the right of the entrance outside the transition zone. Underhill popularized the invariant right and proved the effectiveness of the technique with thousands of hours of video. Step 5 is remove narrow aisles. Aisles are basically the fixtures which we use for the display of our merchandise in the within the store. Finally, follow your customer flow through the transition zone and around the retail space in the counterclockwise pattern. Search for tight spaces or bottlenecks along aisles or around fixtures and displays. Repeated analysis of Underhill's video research demonstrates that customers in the US, women in particular, value their personal space when shopping. If a customer is touched, bumped, or otherwise interrupted when interacting with the merchandise, they are likely to move on from the items or exit the store altogether. Ebster uses customer behavior research from one study of a supermarket to further advocate for broader aisle design. Video analysis showed fewer customers entering narrow aisles in the store compared to the more expensive accessible walkways. These aisles send positive signals to shoppers and positively impact customer flow and merchandise interaction. Avoid narrow aisles and corridors when planning your store layout design and strive to protect customers from what Underhill coined as the butt brush effect. Here we complete the steps of store design layout from first floor to the level of floors and transition zone, etc. How to make comfortable for the customer's shopping experience. Opening a retail store is no joke and requires meticulous planning and detailed knowledge. So in the next video, we are going to decide the floor plans and the location to be selected and evaluated as per the customer's experience, joyful experience to believe in the belief of the image of the store. Thank you, students. In the next video, I will be taking the floor plan.